Hey, this is Zaklog the Great. Imagine you discovered a primitive village where, along with all of the other villagers, there was a madman. He would steal things and attack people without provocation, occasionally going so far as murder. He would take any woman, married or not, willing or not, and no one gainsaid him. Worse, no one could even criticize him. When you asked about this, someone quietly took you aside and explained, he is a god, so criticizing him is terrible, and punishing him is unthinkable. Also, this man has a holy name, let's say Regan, which he may say, but no one else, on pain of terrible punishment. Now, let's leave aside for the moment what you or I would do in this situation. Cowardice or squeamishness often come between convictions and action. What would be the right thing to do in such a situation? What would be the Christian thing to do in such a situation? I believe there is an answer. It is found both in Christian history and in the Bible itself. In evangelizing the Germanic peoples, St. Boniface cut down their sacred oak to show how powerless their false gods were. In the Bible, Gideon, Elijah, and other prophets destroyed idols that the Israelites had wickedly erected. All of these men are held up as exemplars of the faith. Many Christians today would reject such a path, saying we need to be accommodating and learn from other faith traditions. But this kind of idea finds no support in our history or our Bible. It is a highly questionable novelty of the last 50 or 60 years. So, what should a Christian do if he found himself in such a village dominated by a madman? At the very least, he should show this man no respect. He should speak that holy name and spit it out with contempt. If he knew of a murder the man had committed, he should see that justice is done against him, possibly by his own hand if no one else will. Would I do it? Maybe not. It may be that I am too much of a coward to do that. But whether I would or not do it, I know it's the right thing to do. The Christian thing to do. And in the U.S. today, we live in a village much like that. A madman roams our country, and we are not allowed to criticize him or protect ourselves from him, and he has a holy name, which none but him may say. The venerated madman in our village is black people. They commit armed robbery, murder, rape at rates far higher than any other group. And even the ones who don't do these crimes have difficulty conforming to the most basic social standards, such as punctuality, professionality, decorum in public spaces. Their social pathologies are well known, and I could spend an entire video describing them, so we'll let that be enough for now. And, as in the village, no one is supposed to criticize them. Talking about this group's unpleasant behavior will get you branded a racist, excluded from polite society, likely fired. Not only that, attempting to preemptively defend yourself by excluding them from your business or your neighborhood is literally illegal. You will face significant fines in addition to the social penalties. Even basic physical defense against immediate crimes is very risky. Just ask George Zimmerman, the McCloskeys, or Daniel Penny. Even if found not guilty, the legal process will be drawn out, stressful, and expensive. The process is the punishment, as they say. And black people even have a special name which they can say, but no one else. I won't say it here because it's liable to get my video taken down, but you could say it really triggers them. Now, worshipping anything besides God is wicked and destructive. But even among false gods, there are better and worse options. Worshipping the sun as the source of life is saner than worshipping a demon of destruction. There may be religions wickeder than today's negrolatry, but I am almost certain there are none simply more stupid. And not that long ago, in Rochester, Minnesota, a woman named Shiloh Hendrix, when confronted by pathological black behavior against herself and her young child, refused to bow down before the holy madman. Not only that, she said the forbidden name, and said it with utter contempt several times on video. And afterward, she refused to back down before the cult of the holy madman. Refused to apologize. Now, to be 100% clear, Christians are not called to seek out persecution or martyrdom. We should not go out looking for opportunities to subject ourselves to such treatment. But we should refuse to bow down before false gods, and we should support our brothers and sisters subject to persecution to the extent we are able. Do you need to go out tomorrow and start yelling the forbidden word at every chance? No, that would be both foolish and pointless. But neither should you abase yourself before this holy madman, this false god. And you absolutely, without question, should act to protect a woman who is under attack for refusing to do so. And don't fool yourself. Shiloh Hendrix and her family are under attack. You can go on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and find offended black people spouting the vilest threats against her and her children, which, by the way, if spoken by a white person against a black, would instantly be removed and penalized. Not only that, the Rochester police say they're looking into pressing charges against Shiloh. For what crime? Whatever the official statement says, it's for blaspheming the holy madman. So yes, Christians, acting in the name of Christ, should support and protect Shiloh Hendrix. If you lack the means to do so, that is one thing. But if you refuse out of cowardice, or worse yet, because you worship this false god yourself, do us a favor and stop calling yourself a Christian. May God and his angels protect Shiloh and her family, and God be with you.